Hello and welcome back to the Fruit of Grisaia Makina's route. Last time, the students of Mihama Academy were helping out with preparing a festival near the shrine in the local area. Makina helped with baking and leading the hot dog stand, where Amane and Michiru were doing things for the children to keep them in good spirits. Sachi and Yuuji were cleaning off weeds and setting up the towers and tents and all. And finally Yumiko were to be the judge of a singing contest during the evening. Let's continue. Maybe the primitive rhythms of drums and flutes naturally stir up the human heart. The shopping district, now transformed into the venue for a festival, is crowded with unusually lively people. Summer Festivale! Okay, look, how many times do I have to tell you it's summer festival? I mean, why do words always get mangled up like that anyway? Ah, look it, what's that? Ah, hey, geez, come on, I keep telling you not to run, where are you going? I thought she might become a little more mature now that she started working part-time, but it looks like Makina is just a child after all. Oh, and are you an adult yourself, Michiru-sama? Well, I suppose that depends on how you define an adult. I think people have different scales of maturity. But at the very least, I don't get completely delirious with excitement over a few festival booths. Well, it'll definitely be a little weird if you started running around shrieking with Makina, but that's a little thin as justification for this whole big sister act. More than anything, the comment reveals Michiru-sama's astoundingly low standard of maturity. Nice try, I'm not enough of a kid to flip out over a cheap insult like that. Oh my, you truly have matured, Michiru-sama. I would never have expected such a remark from an individual who was only this morning pulling along afloat with the children, laughing and shrieking. To think you matured so dramatically in only a few short hours, it's almost as though you're a completely different person. I'm deeply moved by your rapid personal growth. That's not true, I'm me, alright? Hey there, Yuuji. Got a second? You know the stuff?
Look like apricot candy. What about it?
Look, this is pretty clearly a candied plum on a stick, right? So why do we call it apricot candy?
What? I don't have a clue. Why don't you try asking the guy running the stall?
I did, but all he said was, can't say as I know. That's just how it is, little lady.
I guess that's just how it is. Then why are you so curious about this all of a sudden anyway?
Well, I mean, Makina asked me and I couldn't come up with a decent answer either.
I see. Well, I'll look it up later and let you know. Speaking of Makina, wasn't she with you? Where'd she go?
Ah, she's gone. That girl wandered off by herself yet again. Makina!
Honestly, for someone who supposedly is so afraid of strangers, she's weirdly adventurous.
Has Maki-chan disappeared?
Nothing to worry about. I'll track her down in no time. You just enjoy the festival.
Right. Why don't we adults recline leisurely under a parasol and sup on in shaved eye fraps? That's a refined way to enjoy a festival. Why did you just rephrase that mid-sentence?
Come on, are you really going to point that out? Have a little pity.
In other words, you think refined adults prefer to shaved eyes as a frap, Michiru-sama? Yeah, what? You have a problem with that? Not a problem per se, but do tell me, how would you describe an individual eating shaved eyes? In English, please. English? Kakigore? You just added ER to the end of kakigoro, which is not an English word, incidentally. Frapper? It seems there are some adults who have truly astonishing English skills in the world these days. I do believe my perspective has just grown slightly broader. Shut up already! Shaved ice is shaved ice, right? Who cares about the flapper-ons or whatever? Yes, quite. Well then, why don't we partake of some flapper-ons under yonder parasol? What flavor would you like, Michiru-sama? Mookie! Don't treat me like a kid. I want the melon flavor, of course. Yes, melon it will be. Shall we go then?
Hey now.
Somehow, watching these two lately made me think of a middle-aged man who walks up to the counter at an electronics store and vaguely demands a cell phone in an almost angry tone of voice. And then the veteran sales clerk who gently handles the situation with a tolerant smile on her face. In the first place, flaperons are an aircraft-controlled surface that functions as both flap and an aileron, and have absolutely nothing whatsoever to do with flaps or shaved ice.
More importantly, where did Amane and Makina go?
Ah, it's TUNAFISH Man. Hey, look at the money. I want that.
What now? Oh, a stuffed animal, huh? I'd like to get it for you, but I'm not too good at this sort of thing, you know. I mean, you actually want that gross-looking toy? Seriously?
Who you calling grotty punk? TUNAFISH Man is a high-grade fresh fish.
Okay, I don't know what you're talking about. Isn't that thing just a big tuna with arms and legs? It is really grotty.
Hey, you two. Something up?
Hey, Yuuji. I guess Makina wants that grotty stuffed animals for some reason.
I told you not to call him grotty. I'll knock you upside the gull of a dingbat.
Sorry, can you talk in standard Japanese?
Like I said, Makina wants that tuna thing.
A tuna?
Amane points to a shooting gallery booth set up nearby, indicating a specific toy set up on top of a garish red platform. A strikingly creepy plush tuna, frozen in the act of carving open its own stomach with a knife, stares back at me with the eyes of a dead fish.
TUNAFISH Man, eh? Pretty well made. There's death in those eyes.
I know, right? Just the sort of eyes for quality I'd expect from my papa.
I don't have the slightest idea what's so good about the thing, personally.
Bah, a mom who randomly decides a kid's toy are garbage and tosses them away without asking ain't never gonna understand.
What? Come on, when have I ever thrown away your toys?
Gwah! This woman's seriously forgotten. How about just the other day you mistook my DSP game for trash and threw it away?
But come on, how was I supposed to know that tiny little thing was a game? The video games I used to play were more like those big cassettes, right? You know, those clunky ones, clunk, clack.
What century were you born in, Amane? Games these days are all discs and cards, you know.
Look, I can't help it, alright? I haven't played video games since elementary school. And it was just some cheap one my dad won as a prize for hitting home runs at a batting center.
Not that I really care, but weren't we talking about this tuna fish doll here?
Ah, that's right. TUNAFISH Man, get him for me, please!
Like I said, I'm not much good at this stuff. My eyes aren't that great, so it's hard for me to aim straight. How about you, Yuuji?
What about me?
Oh, you know, this sharpshooting thing. You any good at it?
Sharpshooting, huh?
To be honest, it's definitely a strength of mine. In fact, you could call me something of a specialist. But Makina says she wants the doll, so get it for her, okay?
Show off your skills for me, Papa.
Showing off would be easy enough, but that's no good. Makina, my friend, get the toy yourself. I'll teach you how.
What? Isn't this the sort of thing that we keep you guys around for?
Don't be spoiled. I'm not going to let Makina turn into a woman who just sits around waiting for someone to drop everything she wants into her lap. People like that are trash. Seize the things you want with your own hands. That's a rule of mine.
Another freaking rule, huh?
Alright, Makina, get over here. I'll teach you.
Yeah.
Hey, Pops, we're going to play around.
You're a pro, aren't you, buddy? I can tell from your eyes. Sorry, but we don't cut into sandbaggers here.
Don't go jumping to conclusions there, friend. I'm not playing. The shrimp is. Assume that's not a problem.
Little miss, huh? Well, guess that's alright.
I take out 300 yen from my coin purse in my pocket and slide it across the counter to the old man manning the booth.
Alright, Makina, listen up. The distance to your target is a mere 1.8 meters, practically point-blank range. There's effectively no wind. Can't ask for better conditions than this. Even a drunk monkey could make this shot. You've been provided with 5 rounds of ammunition. You have permission to extend the first as a test shot. Use it to get a feel for your rifle's personality. Keep in mind that the bullet's been paid for through punishing taxes on your countrymen. One 5.56 sets them back 300 yen. One 7.62 is 350 out of the public purse. Snipers are permitted to waste their bullets. Understood?
Hooah!
Alright then, as a rule, fresh recruits like you should aim for the chest, not the head. It's a bigger target, and less likely to shift on you suddenly. Much easier to hit. When using a small rifle without optical augmentation, you have nothing to rely on but your long years of experience and your instincts, but unfortunately you happen to be completely lacking in the former. But then again, we're dealing with a completely static target here, even an amateur can manage that, and you've got an excellent spotter. For now, believe in me. Hooah! Alright then, here's your first round. Stuff it into the muzzle without leaving any gaps. Air will leak out even in the smaller cracks, throwing off your trajectory. Load your weapon with the greatest possible care. I chose a bit of cork that appears to be well balanced from the small dish of bullets to the booth's owner handed me. Then I pass it to Makina. The girl accepts it timidly, aligns the tapered end with the muzzled crown of her little gun, then carefully pushes it into this place with a sharp squeak. Loaded and ready. Very good. Next step. Pull the lever back as gently as you'd caress a woman. Compress the piston and engage the sear. Clear! Excellent. Now aim your sights toward the enemy. Hold the groove steady in front of your dominant eye and assume the shooting stance. Right shoulder, good. Left shoulder, good. Hold position to fire. Ready to fire! Not yet. Keep your finger off that trigger. First, draw a rough bead on your target with your dominant eye. Once you've set your line of fire, inhale deeply. From this point on, no response will be necessary. Oh. When you're drawing in as much air as your lungs can hold, breathe out 80% and hold on to the rest. Now hold your breath. Alright, listen up. From this point on, don't worry about aiming. It's pointless. It'll make your hands shake if you try. Just visualize that bullet striking home. Got that? You are going to land this shot. Think of your friends. Think of your hometown. Think of your country. And when your heart's full to the brim with determination, wrap your finger around the trigger, cold and serene as frost falling on a winter night. And fire. Hanf! Miss. Ah, jeez. There's no time to be depressed. You figured out the quirks of your gun and its ammunition, yes? Now change your sniping spot before they have time to counterattack. Counterattack? Hey, sorry to interrupt you guys while you're being all super serious and all, but this is a little... Idiot, what kind of suicidal fool sneaks up behind someone in the middle of a firearms training session? Yeah, sorry about that. I'll keep quiet, so hurry up and finish, will you? Alright then, Makina, load your next round. Hooah! No matter how skilled you may be at something, imparting knowledge to others is rarely as easy as you might think. However, Makina possesses both a surprisingly excellent memory and a fundamental mental flexibility. Just as importantly, when there's something she doesn't understand, the girl asks for clarification instead of pretending to follow. And above all else, she has a truly passionate desire to improve herself. Teach her the first step and she'll end up learning the next 10 on her own. This off-the-cuff instruction in the fundamentals of marksmanship is no exception. The girl's visibly sucking in my every word like a sponge absorbing water. As an instructor, it's a refreshing feeling. But in the end, Makina is equipped with a toy gun and completely unreliable wedges of cork. The first 4 shots sail wide of the mark, leaving her with only the final bullet, usually reserved as insurance against being captured alive. Last bullet. It all comes down to this one shot. I don't have anything more to teach you right now. Believe in yourself and pull the trigger. Hanf! Hit! The cork bullet slaps into the TUNAFISH Man doll in its lower right flank, a kitten shot. Unbalanced by the impact, the toy spins wildly around the platform. And just like that, it falls off the ledge with a satisfying thump. Yaha! Bingo! Yahoo! You're not done yet. Show some respect for your target and follow through properly. Slowly breathe in until air in your lungs is completely replaced, maintaining careful awareness of your surroundings.
Oh, Here you go, little lady. Congrats. Yay, TUNAFISH Man is mine.
You guys finally done?
Amane, you're unbelievable. Here the girl is triumphing through her own hard work and you're paying more attention to eating a hot dog in the most suggestive way possible.
But I was kind of hungry, you know.
Don't run your damn tongue around the thing.
Look it, Amane. I got it all on my own, you know.
Ooh, nice work, Makina. Looks like you got some talent as a sharpshooter.
You think?
To be certain, you got an eye for it. Well done, Private Irisu. Just the sort of skills I'd expect from my daughter. If you want a Narashino badge, I'll write you a letter of recommendation.
Thank you kindly, Colonel.
Just to be clear, I'm not actually a colonel of anything.
You two really like your Army Rangers game, don't you? I mean, what kind of parenting style is that anyway? I'm getting a little worried about how the girl's going to turn out. Come quickly, everyone. This is terrible. Michiru-sama has...
Why are you so worked up, Sachi? Something wrong with Michiru?
Where can I even begin?
Calm yourself. Start with the one thing you want to say most.
Michiru-sama is an idiot. Yeah, I think we all know that by now, honestly. It's so obvious that no one really bothers to spell it out, but...
In other words, you're trying to tell us that Michiru has made a complete ass of herself yet again.
Exactly.
Speaking of eggs, they were selling some fried eggs okonomiyaki over there. Wanna go get some?
Oh, sounds good. Let's go.
Come on, people. At least try to be a little concerned about Michiru. So, what exactly happened, Sachi? Explain then when, where, and what, and why, as concisely as possible.
Yes, well, just now at the venue for a shaved ice speed eating tournament, Michiru-sama began to shovel down shaved ice with all the vigor of a workhorse, then suddenly clutched her head, let out a cryptic shriek to the effect of "Akoo!" and fainted.
I see. Brain freeze. I'm not sorry. Seems plausible enough. Incidentally, human beings really are creatures of constant growth. I'm no longer even surprised by that level of eccentric behavior on Michiru's path.
But on the other hand, Chiro hasn't grown in the slightest, has she? I got a bad feeling that girl's got a Darwin Award in the future.
If you don't know what a Darwin Award is, I think it's an ongoing event actually, where they promote the stupidest, most pointless death, mostly done by humans, but sometimes also animals. Death and injury, in some cases. I don't think there's an actual show for it, but there's definitely an ongoing trend. It's bigger than Fail Army and such, but you get the gist.
I mean, why was Michiru even participating in a tournament like that? I don't understand her exact motives myself, but for some reason she declared herself a top-class Kakigora and offered to accept any challenge. To be perfectly honest, none of it made the slightest bit of sense.
In other words, she started acting like the champ on the basis of nothing but her own completely unfounded pride.
According to Michiru-sama, she was no mere champ, but rather the champ among champs, the champest. Then again, I couldn't begin to comprehend what she was trying to say. So, where is she now? Well, she was carried off to the medical tent where they covered her in blankets and soaked her feet in warm water in an attempt to rise her precipitously lowered body temperature.
First it's heat stroke, now it's hypothermia. How much of a pain in the ass can one woman be?
Come on, no need to be so harsh on the girl. For the moment, why don't we go check up on her?
Like so, our hectic but profoundly memorable visit to the summer festival rolled on into the night, and when the hour hand moved past 9, as the bright lights around us began to dim, we made our way back to the dorm together. Fortunately, Michiru's shaved ice overdose led to nothing more than a diagnosis of moderate ice cream headache. After warming up, she was promptly released from the medical tent. It's hard not to grumble about this constant parade of false alarms, but I guess that's sort of Michiru's identity, so it's hard to get that pissed off about it either. Okay, I just talked Makina in.
Yeah, thanks. I'm guessing she didn't give you any trouble.
Out like the light the instant her head hit the pillow. The girl's still hugging that TUNAFISH Man doll, you know, drooling all over it and mumbling in the sleep. She must have been really happy. Makina spent most of the night frolicking around at maximum intensity, but just as the end of the festival was approaching, as if her battery had run out of juice, the girl abruptly dozed off with a cocoa banana still dangling out of her mouth. Of course, that's a common enough occurrence, so nobody was particularly flustered. I hoisted Makina's limp body onto my back, and Amane proceeded to eat the rest of her banana with a great deal of unnecessary slurping and licking. Come to think of it, the way Amane polished off a half-eaten snack covered in Makina's spit without even hesitating, you'd think that she'd really was the girl's mother.
Or maybe just a glutton to the core.
What was that?
No, it's nothing. Talking to myself.
Well, more importantly, take a look at this. I found something interesting in Makina's purse.
Interesting?
See? They're the strips of paper she wrote her Tanabata wishes on.
Oh.
Amane retrieves a few brightly colored strips of paper from Makina's purse and hands them to me. Those are wishes Makina wrote during the Tanabata festival last year when we were visiting my grandma in Kyoto.
What's with this? She made 4 separate ones? Greedy kid.
It is Makina we're talking about here. I could see her getting the idea that Tanabata is just Christmas in summer, what with decorating the tree and all. Don't tell me she hung up a whole list of wishes, expecting Tanabata clouds to make them happen with no effort whatsoever on her part. Actually, she made 5, but we told her only to hang up the ones she really wanted to come true, or the effect would get spread too thin. These are the ones she left behind. I turn over the strips of paper in my hand one by one, reading the wishes scrawled across them. Infinite mountains of bread. I want to learn to ride a bike. I want a white puppy. I want to play with fireworks.
I don't know about this one with the bread, but the other ones are actually pretty respectable.
Don't you notice anything about those?
Like what?
Out of those 4 wishes, you made 3 come true, right? Every one except for the white puppy.
What?
Infinite bread isn't a dream now that she's learning to make her own, and she can ride a bicycle just fine now. And the fireworks too. You did that with her when we all visited the beach together, remember?
Now that you mention it.
Right? So in other words, all you have to do is buy her a white puppy and you'll complete the set.
A dog, huh?
I'm willing to put up half the money, you know. Oh, and I'll talk to the principal about permission too.
Well, that's not really...
What is it then? You hate puppies?
Not really, but I decided not to own another dog.
Ah, sorry. Did you have a pet die when you were a kid?
Well, something like that.
I see. Guess I can't ask too much then.
Should probably try and get over that, but I'm not quite there yet. Sorry.
It's fine, don't worry about it. Going around granting all her wishes that easily might be a little too convenient anyway.
By the way, what was Makina's wish this year?
Goodness, what to do? Is it really okay to tell you that?
I'm not really trying to force it out of you.
No. It's not like I need to be secretive about it, but while we're on the subject, what do you think Makina's number 1 wish was last year? The one she actually hung up on the bamboo.
No clue. I want huge tits, maybe?
Not even close. She wrote, I want a papa.
That's something else.
I know, right? When I saw that, I couldn't help but crying a little. But you know, looking back on it now that she's got her hands on the father named Kasami Yuuji, maybe Tanabata wishes aren't just for show after all, you know?
I guess.
Anyway, this is Makina's wish from this year.
Wait, why do you have that?
The girl messed up on this one. We hung the one she rewrote on the little bamboo tree on the veranda, then burned it like you're supposed to.
Let's see.
The slip of paper I accept from Amane has 4 words scrawled unsteadily across it. Stay with Oni-chan forever.
I see, misspelled forever, huh?
And back during Tanabata, you were still her big brother.
In other words, she wished to be with me forever.
Yep. How do you like that? Feel a little happy?
Well, I guess.
Huh? Are you embarrassed? Aw, so cute. To be certain, the ways Makina is taking to me inspires an awkward variety of happiness. But on the other hand, I find myself bumping right back up to against the crucial question. Just how long will I really be able to stay with her?
Well, I intend to be around for her as much as I can.
Yeah, try your best. I'm sure you came to this school carrying lots of baggage on your own, but for as long as you're here, at least play along with her make-believe game, okay?
Sounds about right.
Averting my eyes from Amanda's steady gaze, I reflexively glance into the corner of my room at the black cell phone I carry for work, part of that baggage I'm still forced to lug around. I'm struck by the sudden urge to snap the damn thing in half, but I know perfectly well that smashing a phone isn't going to break the chains around my neck. I don't know how long I'll be able to stay here. I could be gone tomorrow. But still, as long as I'm in this school, I think I'll do what I can. And that's where we'll end the episode there. So, next time we shall see what happens after the festival. But until then, take care.